The smiles around, 'cause there's a new game in town. It's time to excite at the roll of the dice. With friendship comes epic wins and defeats. It's a land of adventure with board.
Hi, Danny.
What's up, Devall?
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're so excited.
I know. Come on, this is gonna be awesome.
All right. Okay. Table.
This is where we're gonna play games. Isn't this great?
It's great.
Yeah.
Where's the games?
This is where we're gonna play games. All right.
Okay, but where are the games?
They're,
It's a nice table. I don't see any games.
They're upstairs in the closet.
Cool. Let's go upstairs in the closet then. What?
They're upstairs in the closet.
Yeah, you just said that.
I know.
Upstairs in the closet.
You're not gonna like it.
What do you mean I'm not gonna like it?
I don't think you're gonna enjoy what's in the closet. I mean, there's board games in the closet. That's awesome. We're gonna play more games. But what's in the actual closet, per se.
So there's games in the closet, but I'm not gonna like what's in the closet, but the games are in the closet. This makes no sense to me. Let's just go upstairs. Come on.
But you're not. No. Well, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Are we gonna open it?
No.
Well, how do we get the games out of it if we're not gonna open it?
Yeah, remember how I said that you weren't gonna like the closet? I mean, I know it's just a closet, but all our board games are in that closet.
Right.
And something lives in that closet that you're not gonna be happy about.
Something lives in the closet?
And unfortunately, we have to ask its permission to play games. So I know he had to have a home, and that's where he picked to live. I'm just saying, you're not gonna be happy.
Okay.
Strange.
Did you pay your power bill?
God, I can't.
What is that?
I can't see. I can't. Oh God.
Oh, wait, what?
I'm blind. What is? I didn't think that was gonna happen. It's so bright. Yeah, you're not gonna be happy about this.
I'm already not.
Oh. Why did that happen? What?
No!
No. Yeah, I kind of told you that you weren't going to be happy. I mean, he lives in this closet. That's why I said there's something living in the closet.
Him?
And, well, he needs a home. I can't just kick him to the curb, dude. I know you guys have history, but we need his permission to play board games because it's his home.
I hate him so
I know. Puppet Devall. Can we have a board game to play this week on board? Dude, I think he wants you to say please.
I am not saying please to him.
Dude, just say please, Danny.
Fine.
You gotta mean it.
Please.
Oh. Well, that one's so bad.
Alright, and he's gone.
Where'd he go?
Okay.
I don't know where he could have gone, dude. There's like nowhere to go in there.
Well, hey, let's go play 13 Dead End Drive.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Let's go. Huh. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to play 13 Dead End Drive. It's gonna be great. It's so weird. Well, that's different. Alright, well, let's go play again. Alright. I'm ready for some games.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be awesome. Weren't you just holding this game?
Obviously I wasn't. It's right here on the table.
Well, that's unique. Anyway, 13, well, not 13 Dead End Drive. There was a game called 13, but 13 Dead End Drive is one of those awesome games from the 90s, from the early 90s. And it's one I'm sure a lot of people that grew up in the 90s probably either really remembers or had, because I think you had it.
I had this game as a kid. Yes, I did.
This is one of those great 3D board games where there were lots of traps, lots of unique events that you ran into, and some really cool gameplay. So I hope I remember how to play this game. It's been a long time.
I guess we'll figure it out.
All right, 13 Dead End Drive. I paid $15 for this.
$15.
Yeah, it was a good price.
All right.
So open the box top up, and well, you find, well, of course, instructions.
Sheet of instructions.
You find these awesome assembly instructions that show you how to piece together the traps in the house, which are well, probably much needed, I would imagine.
Most likely, we're gonna need.
Yes, we'll set that to the side. An insert that tells you all the characters of the game, as well as the late and very late, actually, Aunt Agatha. God rest her soul.
The late, very late.
And then you find this assortment of different parts, traps and portraits and
game pieces,
library and cardboard pieces,
and a suit of armor,
chandelier. Chandelier. I bet you that's an expensive chandelier. That's probably $1 million.
It looks it.
$1 million right there. So lots of pieces, as well as, of course, the 13 Dead End Drive backdrop, as well as the different pieces, and of course,
and we get the game
last but not
board.
least, is the very cool, very awesome game board, which is Aunt Agatha's mansion.
She's got some interesting decorating skills. I mean, look at these skulls that are all over the floor.
It's not very big for a mansion. I mean, you kind of got the creepy sitting chair in the middle there, and then you've got you got your fruit, you got your painting.
It's a huge bowl of fruit, by the way.
It is a huge bowl of fruit. Where's the kitchen? Where's the bathroom?
Interesting. She doesn't need all that stuff. Maybe it's all upstairs, and we don't see that. I don't know.
Well, that could be. There are trapdoors though.
Look, this bowl of fruit is like half the size of this giant table that's got all these chairs around it.
That's a lot of fruit. That's some big bananas, dude.
Those are some massive bananas.
Those are as big as Danny's arm.
Yeah.
Technically. Well, cool. Right, let's put this sucker together, and then let's get down to some mystery hunting. The enclosed setup guide makes this job so much easier.
That may be, but man, there's a lot of pieces.
That's the problem with some of these 3D games, dude. They look so cool, but you do spend an hour just putting them together. Well, this may take a while. Think we still have viewers once we get this all set up?
Not if we go this snail's pace. Let's speed it up a bit.
That's good. Not fast enough.
Nope. Even faster.
Okay. I'm bored. See what I did there?
Yeah, you're a funny guy.
Magical edit!
Why didn't you do that to begin with?
Well, sometimes frustrating you is just so much more fun.
Let's just get on with it.
The board, once all set up, is amazing. The details on the playing field and along with the backdrops are so cool.
Not to mention the traps. I can't wait to knock someone off.
You worry me sometimes. You know that?
What? I'm just saying.
Right. Moving on. So with the board finally set up, and all ready, traps all ready to spring, everything set up exactly how it should be, then you have to set up the pawns. Now, in this game, you can play anywhere from 2 to 4 players. So if it's just like Pixel Dan and myself, we actually are going to control every one of these pawns in this game. Not just
all of them?
Yes.
Wow.
Not just your own. You actually have control of all the pawns. You're able to move each pawn, and there's a reason for that, which we'll get to. But in the meantime, let's set up all the pawns. So I will hand these to you, and you can set them on the chairs around the table in the middle.
All right. Do these have character names?
They will, yes. Well, so there you have the doctor.
The doctor.
The doctor.
All right.
Not Doctor Who though. That'd be awesome. I play this game all the time. You have. Let's put a little stand on him. You have the gardener.
The gardener. Here, Shiny.
That was a good gardener.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, there's some flowers.
You have the butler. That's Jeeves.
Yes, sir.
You have the chauffeur. She's kind of a sexy chauffeur.
Hey, let me drive.
No, Mr. Schwarzenegger. You have the best friend. Little Annie Agatha's best friend there.
I miss my friend.
You have the tennis coach.
The tennis coach.
My name.
I bet there was a little bit more going on there than just
You think?
practicing. Yep.
You have the maid. I clean up the sheets.
Oh, she's French.
Oui, oui. You have the hairstylist.
Nice. Check her out. She
Very-
definitely looks like she does old lady styling.
Very, very 90s.
Yeah.
You have the chef. Oh, oui. Les poissons, les poissons.
Oh, he's French too.
I love to cut and serve little fish.
Little succulent crab.
You have the cat.
The cat is the suspect?
Meow.
So the cat sits at the dinner table with everybody else.
Of course. Of course. You have a fortune teller.
Oh, the fortune teller.
That's right.
Oh, the dirtbag.
I know, right? He is a dirty, dirty man.
That's a fortune teller's a chick.
Oh, she's a dirty chick.
Is that all? Is that everybody?
No, there's one more. And I think our version here is missing one player card.
Oh,
but
no.
He is the boyfriend.
Oh, the boyfriend.
He is the boyfriend.
We're not. The
So,
boyfriend.
yes.
Look at that smile and those flowers. He can't be the responsible for this.
So to continue the setup, what you have is you have an Aunt Agatha's portrait, okay? But before Dan puts that in, see, Pixel's getting ahead of me. You've got all of your little portrait cards, which are the little suspect cards, which have all the characters' names. And basically what happens with these is, you give them a nice good shuffle,
Alright.
and then you slide Aunt Agatha right on top of there. And then all those portrait cards go right in
The painting.
to the portrait there.
Okay, got it.
All together there. So next up, to continue the setup, is you have these 12 character cards. 12 character cards. What happens with this is, if you play a 4-player game, each player gets 3 cards. If you play a 3-player game, each player gets 4 cards. And since the 2-player, we're each getting 4 cards plus 2 bonus secret cards. So I'll give these a good shuffle. Shuffle. Not a truffle shuffle.
Not trouble shuffle?
Dude, if you just did the truffle shuffle right now,
Nope, no trouble shuffle.
I'll give you Hershey's bar.
Nope. Shuffle the cards.
Dang it. You never get what I want. So what I do is I deal 1 for Dan, 1 for me. 1 for Dan, 1 for me. 1 for Dan, 1 for me. 4 for Dan, 4 for me. 1 for Dan, 1 for
You're not
me.
trying to Bugs Bunny me here, are you? We're getting the same amount
Yes.
of cards? Okay.
And so that gives us each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, which tops out all 12 character cards.
Nice.
So all that's left really to set up is the trap cards, which are the cards that you'll draw to set up the potentially dangerous and deadly traps in the game, which
yeah.
of course is the armor, ladder, the chandelier, the steps, the fireplace.
This is the part I'm excited about.
This game's really violent for kids.
It really is.
There's a lot of violence in this game. So basically with the trap cards, you set those right in the front,
Okay.
and you have 1 pawn left.
Oh.
This is your investigator.
The investigator, the detective.
This is the detective. And the detective starts all the way down here,
Oh,
Right.
he's coming to find out. who
right in
done
the
it.
start.
Okay.
Now here's the very interesting thing with this game is that us as players have to figure out exactly who the killer is before the detective makes his way inside the house.
Oh, okay.
If the detective makes his way inside the house before we figure it out, the game's over. That's
we
it.
all go to jail?
Everybody goes to jail.
Oh, no.
There are several different trap cards you can draw during your turns, and they include cards to spring the bookcase,
The stairs?
Dan's favorite, the fireplace,
Yeah! The chandelier?
and the statue. But this isn't it for the cards. There are dual trigger cards, such as the chandelier and the statue, the chandelier and the stairs,
The fireplace and the statue, and the bookcase and the fireplace. With these cards, you can trigger either trap shown on the face.
and then there are the wild cards, which allow you to spring a trap of your choosing.
As well as the feared detective cards. By drawing one of these many cards, the detective moves one step closer to arresting all of you.
Okay, we're finally ready to play.
Man, that took long enough.
Since it's just Dan and I, we deal out 2 of our character cards face down in front of us, and then look to see who we're left with. I have the chef, tennis coach, the doctor, and the chauffeur.
And I have the best friend, the maid, the cat, and the psychic.
Here, Danny, take a die and let's roll to see who goes first.
Okay.
Yeah! Doubles! Roll again!
4.
5! I go first!
So let's remove the late aunt's portrait and get underway.
No! The boyfriend's behind her.
That's probably not a first.
Dan! Family show!
Just roll.
Woot! Good roll!
So I can move pretty much anywhere, right? Vertically, horizontally.
Correct. The only 2 ways you can't move is diagonal or pass through the same spot twice in one turn.
That's not good, huh?
Nope.
I like that we can move literally any pawn on the board, not just the ones we have character cards for.
Yeah, it makes it very interesting. Forces each player to be a little bit more strategic and throws off everyone else, especially seeing as you can do things like sacrifice your own pawns to try to get another player's pawn out of the game.
So what happens if you roll doubles?
Well, you can do one of 2 things. Change the card currently in the portrait, or move 1 pawn the total number of spaces, or move 2 pawns, 1 for each die count.
Cool. Now what happens when you land on a trap door?
Well, you can take that and move to any of the trapdoors on the board.
And when you land on a trap space?
Well, you draw a trap card, and if it matches the trap you're currently at, or it's a wild card, you can choose to play it right then and there, or simply add it to your hand for later use.
Cool. What about when a detective is drawn?
Well, you have to play the card, move the detective 1 space, and no other cards can be played that turn.
I like springing the traps!
Yeah, it's fun whenever a pawn gets knocked off.
What is this, the mob?
That pawn gets placed to the outside of the board, and then whichever player has the character card must also remove it and set it with the pawn. Much like the chauffeur on my side here as I send Kitty to its doom.
Poor cat. Never had a chance.
And play continues like this until either the detective enters the house, in which case the player whose portrait is hanging wins the game,
Or a player manages to get out the door while their character hangs in the portrait. Uh-oh.
No.
Fortune teller's getting out of here. Boom. Oh yeah, and boom. And boom. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
But
I escaped. Oh, you guys are going to jail. Oh, everybody's going to jail. Everybody's going to jail. You know what? Fortune teller gets all the monies. Sorry, bro. You lose. I hope you. Oh.
None of this is fair.
Oh, you're a sore loser.
You always win. This sucks. Never win. Nothing.
That's how it works, buddy. That's how it works.
So there you have it, guys. 13 Dead End Drive. What'd you think, Dan?
You know, I think it's a fun game to get playing, but it's a little time consuming to get put together. It takes a lot of effort to kind of get everything set up the way you want, and I can imagine that if this is something that you're just looking for something fun to do real quick, this is not the game for that, because it's going to take you more time to set up and then figure out the instructions, because the instructions are also a little complicated.
A little complicated with the rules and the movements and how to set the traps, and there's a lot of things in here that younger players would not be able to grasp immediately.
Yeah. Plus, if you're a little worried about violence for younger kids, this also may not be the game, because there is, I mean, I know it's kind of cartoonic violence with like statues falling down and stuff.
I just killed the butler again.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a game depicting death, so I guess that's going to be at your own discretion.
And people getting burned alive because the fireplace, they just get all up.
They just fall into it and they're, burning!
It's horrible.
But really, I mean, this is totally just kind of a twist on the classic board game Clue.
Yes.
It's very much a whodunit game. It's a little bit different, though, because you're not really trying to figure out who the murderer is. You're more trying to be the person who escapes as the inheritance. You're trying to get the money. So it's a little bit of a different twist with the same kind of elements still in place. So
it's all about espionage, really, when it breaks down to it, because you're basically
like
trying to hide. Well, I mean, when you have more players, everybody has a lot of cards. Everybody has 3 cards, and no one quite knows who's controlling who, because you're all controlling each other's pawns.
Right.
And with a 2-player game like Dan and myself, there were 2 secret cards. So essentially, there's 4 characters. We don't know who is in control of who on those 4 characters.
Exactly.
We don't know whose cards are whose on those.
And I think that's kind of a fun element. The idea that you're moving around pawns and that you know who your guys are, you know who yours are, but we don't know who the secret ones are. So in the end of the game, it's anybody's game, really.
That's right.
I mean, you focus your time on trying to bump off the people that you don't have in your hand.
Yes.
And you could end up bumping off your own people anyway because they're your secret cards. Yeah.
That and when you have the detective in play who moves every time you draw a detective card, there's that extra added factor of don't get the detective into the door, because if you do, the game's over for everybody.
Right.
So it's a neat game. It's very much a byproduct of the 90s.
Yes.
But it's a very fun, unique game. And again, younger kids, probably not great for them, especially if, like Dan said, if you're worried about violence. But, if you're looking for a family game night and you've got some time to spend, you want to set it up.
You're like a board game. You like board games. If you just like trying different board games, unique games, especially ones with all kinds of cool action features and stuff, this is definitely worth a play. I mean, it's definitely worth at least picking up and checking out.
That's awesome. I love traps. There you go, guys. 13 Dead End Drive. This was it was fun until I lost.
Lost because I win every time. I don't even know why you want to play games with me all the time, because you know how good at them I am. Look, I'm just like Game Pro. That's me. You remember that magazine? Named after me. Except I play board games. It's a board games thing. I don't win at video games all the time, but I do win at board games all the time. And you lost. And don't.